weight going down to through the left foot. So I'm looking at the fact that we've got a drop on the right side and more weight through the left foreleg. And then just walk again so everybody can just have a look. Walk in a straight line for me. Walk straight towards that lorry. That's it. And then the other things I'd be looking at to see whether the tail is straight, because that's another telltale sign that things are going wrong. And then I'm looking to see whether the hocks bend the same. And I'm listening to the horse as well as to whether the footfall is even. Okay? And the clip-clop sounds the same. That's lovely. And then if you could do the same in trot for me.
Yeah, well, that's 2 seconds trot.
That's it. So again, to me, we've still got that bit of a drop on the right side. And then just trot away once more for me, that would be lovely. That's it. And then the other thing I'm looking for is to see whether the steps are even, whether the horse again bends its hocks the same. The only thing I would say the first time the horse trotted up, I just questioned whether it was just a little bit short on that right hind leg. Okay? And then if you stop there for us, and then we'll just get to the side of you. So if you follow me to the side, and then if you can just push him backwards for me. So what I'm looking for then is to see whether the steps are even behind, whether they're short and tight, whether the horse locks behind the saddle. That's it, keep going with a bit of gusto. Come on, young man, I'm sure you can shift. Because what he's doing, if you look at his back look, he's locking his back behind the saddle. So that's why he actually can't go backwards, because he's locked himself up. Yeah. And he's a bit reluctant to bend his hind legs.
Just bring him forward again and then stack him up again, because I've identified that it might be able to see it this time. So see how relaxed it down and then watch again.
You see how he's locking up behind the saddle? You know, and you'll have owners that will say, oh, damn thing, it won't go backwards. It actually physically is locking itself so it physically can't go backwards. And then I would just be saying to the owner, well, perhaps you need to get the physio or osteopath or whoever to just come and possibly release the horse behind the saddle. We've already talked about perhaps this horse has some issues. If a horse has hind limb problems, it will always be sore behind the saddle. That is not created by the saddle. That is coming from lack of hind limb propulsion. Okay? And the horse having to use itself more, so that's where it goes sore. We had a horse that never used to have a sore back. It did its hind suspensories, and even on 2-view today, you ran your hands down its back. If you got to that area, which is the area, what is that? Here, you can actually see where this is raised and tight. Then that will be coming from the lack of hind limb propulsion. And I think what you also have to consider is, when I talk about lamenesses and lack of impulsion, etc., there are also degrees of, as in, can the horse actually do what the owner wants it to do? In which case, I would just simply point it out to them that the horse is stiff, it is tight, it's probably coming from there, but if the horse is doing what they want to do, which it might be hacking twice a week, might be doing a bit of low-level flat work, that sort of thing, the horse is probably going to keep going as happy as Larry. But however, if they would turn around and say, no, actually, I want to try and train this to medium, then they're going to find a lot more problems and probably need to help the horse along in a bit more. Right, the other thing I want you to do is to turn the horse short. You know what I mean? Yeah, come on, turn it tight, yeah? So if you stand there for me and turn the horse around.
It's really cold.
Got reins in your left hand, are you alright?
Yeah.
Right, let me stand there and show you.
Oh, I've got
You
my
need to turn.
on camera, didn't I?
A little bit here. Like that. And just pull the horse around towards you. That's it, go on. Round in a circle. Everybody's way. I must look over the window. Keep going and then I can talk about it. So what I'm looking to see is the horse bending in the rib cage? No, it's getting a little bit tight behind the saddle. I'm looking to see if the horse crosses its legs behind, struggles a little bit from time to time to cross that left leg over, and then I'm looking to see if the horse bends its neck and bends in the poll. Okay? And then go the other way for us. So he actually bends quite nicely in the neck and the poll, a little bit tight behind the saddle, which we've already identified as an issue. And then to me, this